I don't know.
Well, for the present, the most important thing is that tomorrow we keep General Liang Tong here in Calcutta. We must prevent that the British will take him away. Everything must to be clear. The Chinese, the Japanese, and the British, none of them can ignore America.
I'll do my best.
Investment banker. Who's that?
Oh, that's the Chinese army band stationed in India. They're here to receive Song Mei Lin's airplane.
Luke, the flight is coming. Looks like US aircraft.
God is with us! General Liang Tong arrives first. Ha! My players have been out! Go, arrest him!
Yes, sir.
What?
No! No! What is he doing?
Don't land.
General Liang Tong, I thought we were friends. Can't we be civil?
Sure. No need to get nervous. Since we're friends, let me buy you a drink. Have you ever tried drinking in the air?
That's against the rules.
What if it's under my coercion?
If it's under your coercion, I wouldn't be responsible.
Good. I brought enough whiskey. You can drink all you want. Under my gun.
Really? Give me a bottle.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Come in, please.
Mr. Hurley.
Yeah. Miss Zhang should arrive soon. Well, let's go to see her.
Mr. Liang Tong has been arrived first.
Oh?
He hijacked our plane. The plane has been circling around for a long time. See.
Quite elegant.
Elegant to dog his ass! If he's running out of fuel, he won't look elegant anymore!
General Liang Tong has hijacked the US aircraft, sir. We cannot arrest him.
What a mess. It's all messed up.
Mr. David Petrie from National Security is waiting at Harsden to arrest him.
General Liang Tong is waiting for Miss Zhang's airplane.
It's supposed to be. General Liang Tong doesn't want to get arrested in Calcutta.
But he hijacked an American airplane at an American airport. This is about sovereignty.
Yes, I have already made American money to prepare for death-stranding him.
Did he listen to you?
In the name of the U.S., everything goes smoothly. So General Liang Tong will be death-strained.
Melanie, I'm very content with your work. Thank you very much. Well, it seems everything is under control, and it must be because this is the responsibility of America.
For the U.S.
For the U.S.
Lieutenant Kusaik, you're pretty crazy after drinking.
General Liang Tong, I get it now. The reason you asked me in to fill the gas tank.
Look.
Song Meiling's transfer flight is coming in. Classic conspiration, isn't it?
Now we can land.
General Liang Tong, you are under arrest. Under the command of the 1st Aviation Force, I'm here to arrest you.
Do we need a ceremony or something?
Sorry, I'll have to take your gun.
Here.
That is an exquisite gun. With diamonds. It's useful for hijacking a pilot. But I'm afraid it'd be useless on a battlefield.
That's where you're wrong. I just want a victory with this revolver.
Okay.
Why Miss Song Meiling and Mr. Zhang have not arrived yet?
They are having things to finish in Washington. They will arrive in hour. We come to deal with General Liang Tong's matters.
Yes, we should matter on Liang Tong's matters because Miss Melanie especially comes from London for that.
General Liang Tong has been pestering. David Petrie is negotiating with us.
All the best. I can find in Calcutta or here.
I didn't expect everyone to be here before Director Zhang arrived. What are they doing?
They are decoding the telegrams of the Japanese.
Can they?
They're all members of the Black Chamber, and they're experienced in decoding Japanese telegrams.
Black Chamber?
The Chinese Black Chamber is part of the Military Commission's Technical Research Office. They hired some experts in the US.
I've heard of it.
Director, the secret telegram of the Japanese army was decoded.
An old acquaintance. Who? Masanobu Tsuji, staff officer of the main staff headquarters in Tokyo, Japan. This guy's an activist. He fought in Shanghai during the January 28th incident in the 21st year of the Republic of China. After that, he's been targeting China and carried out his activities. 2 years ago, he went to Philippines and caused a great massacre. Now, he came to Calcutta from Yangon.
Did he mastermind the events in Britain as well?
I think so. This man is dangerous. Now he's joining the party with the Japanese Special Force.
Mr. Hurley, could you please give us General Liang Tong right now?
I'm afraid not. Unless General Liang Tong tells us everything. As for the 1st Air Command of the US Army, I could work with them. Perhaps persuade them not to pursue charges against General Liang Tong for hijacking the plane.
General Liang, this is your gun.
Thanks.
General Liang, we are friends. I can speak directly. Do you want me to leave you with Mr. David Petrie? Or shall I transfer you to the American military court?
I can tell you everything I know. But before that, I have one condition. If you agree to that, everything else would be no problem.
Well, before you telling me, you are not allowed to meet anyone from your government. Do you have some other questions?
I simply wish to see Mr. David Petrie to settle some personal history between us.
General Liu General Zhang.
Have you seen Liang Tong?
No. Mr. Hurley didn't forbid me from seeing him, but he kept stalling.
He's such a fox.
General Liang said that he wanted to meet David Petrie, and Mr. Hurley said yes.
Didn't Liang Tong ask to see us?
I guess Mr. Hurley turned him down.
Turned him down?
In Calcutta, we don't need to answer to anyone, be they British, American, or Japanese. I'll get a battalion from the Chinese forces in India, and we'll see who dares to boss us around.
There's no need for that. Before Masanobu Tsuji arrives, we'll transfer Liang Tong back to the country. I want to talk to that Melanie.
With the support of the national government delegation, Liang Tong will be taken back to London by David Petrie easily. But Liang Tong is dying to see David Petrie right now, because he is the most crucial link in Liang Tong's new plan. Investment banker gave the invitation letter especially to David Petrie.
Investment banker. And Calcutta is her main stage. Running away. The telegram was totally unnecessary and not even elegant. You were trying to let me guess, didn't you? That telegram of that investment banker, was this like an invitation card to get even more people here? The Americans, or guys from the Chinese government, or even the Japanese?
You're the hero on this stage. You can't be missing.
Sure, Miss Melanie is coming here too. But she won't help you. She won't save you. The only one who can help you is yourself.
I feel like telling someone else's story, right?
Indeed. It's an incredible story. Miss Melanie, what's your purpose for doing all these? Forgive me for being rude.
I don't think I've thought about it. But this is a good question. I need to think.
Taking pictures of the files of the British Army General Staff and send them to the Chinese embassy, that is a capital crime.
Maybe it's in my blood. As a Chinese, any information related to China touches me. I know that's a far-fetched excuse, but my life is filled with mysteries and the unknown. I can't explain that.
Killing a few Japanese and sending General Liang Tong onto the plane. I've got to say, I'm quite impressed with you, Miss Melanie. Can you tell me, where did you receive your training?
I only found out about it just now that I could put down several people by myself.
That's really interesting. Spy cameras, fighting. These are all professional skills. Don't you know yourself at all?
Sometimes I truly hope that someone could tell me what I truly look like. I'm missing a part of my memories of my life.
Amnesia?
I strongly believe that you have a sense for the whole picture. And once and for all these operations, it's only to protect our allies' intelligence from leaking.
I'm afraid what you want is to draw the Japanese out, while capture the German spy hiding within your own.
Believe me, please. We have the same goal.
On the list of the Rhine River Crossing Operation Expedition, your husband, Mr. William Pierce, and General Liang Tong are both in it. You said that you didn't know General Liang Tong. Was it also because of your amnesia?
Maybe I do know him. You never know. I can only tell you once I've regained my memories.
So did General Liang Tong said that he knew you?
Baihui, don't you know me anymore? I'm Liang Tong, Baihui.
No. Anything else you'd like to know?
No. I've known a lot already. Thank you. Don't worry, Miss Melanie. I won't tell anyone what you told me. After all, David Petrie is still watching you. Besides, I'm still hoping for your help to transfer General Liang Tong as soon as possible.
I'll do my best.
Zhang Guangxi has looked into it. He confirmed that Melanie doesn't belong to any organization of the government. So, which organization does she belong? Melanie cannot simply have found Liang Tong's name on a list. The role of Liang Tong in Melanie's puzzle worries Zhang Guangxi.
It seems Mr. David Petrie has already made thorough arrangements for all of this. Too bad, though. Mr. Hurley would never allow me to meet the delegation, even if I agree to go back to London with you for investigation. How would people in the delegation believe me?
That's a problem indeed. I could organize some kind of a conference, make a statement, and let's get rid of that case of the detained airplane. Let's say it was a forced action by us to cooperate with our investigation. Listen, I talked to Ambassador Hurley to close it. That's what I do. I talked to Ambassador Hurley to close that case.
What? You're going to hold a press conference?
That's right. Let's make some kind of press conference and invite journalists from each country. There's a rumor going around the world that we detained the Chinese military attaché. They have to make a statement and declare that there's no such thing. No detained airplane, no detained attaché, no bloody state affair at all. That's what I do.
Have you seen the general?
I think I saw the general land in that direction.
Hurry up and pack everything. And go find him.
General!
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 There, go!
General! General! General!
General!
Help me up. There's a long way to walk.
Can you do it?
Assemble. Now!
Yes!
General Liang. General Liang. General Liang. Are you here at the press conference willingly or under duress? General Liang, are you detained by the British Secret Service?
General Liang, what secret is hiding inside the box?
The press conference is exactly the key to Liang Tong's new plan. And David Petrie is the executor of this new plan. Liang Tong has finally taken back control of everything. The emergence of Melanie, her relationship with the Japanese, or the Japanese attitude to the Yalta intelligence. Nothing could affect the execution of his plan. Liang Tong is going to verify the reliability of the Yalta intelligence he got from Melanie
This is kidnapping. How could General Liang agree to this press conference?
Maybe he's trying to send us some messages through this conference.
Please sit down. Sit down, please. Thank you very much.
I don't think he's trying to contact us at all.
Let's just wait and see.
Mr. David Petrie, aren't you worried that I back down and say that you detained me?
Chinese have a saying, 一言九鼎. I know you're such a man, and you know the consequences.
Well, everybody sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we decided, together with the representatives of the national Chinese government, to hold this kind of meeting today. Of course, with the agreement of the US Ambassador, Mr. Hurley, because we want to make a clear statement to the outside world because of the rumor that we, the National British Security Department, our headquarters, had or had not detained the Chinese military attaché. So today he's here with us, Mr. General Liang Tong, and he will stand here and answer your questions in person. Mr. General Liang Tong. I got injured while I was protecting General Liang Tong, and you may regard my injury as a proof of our friendship. No, we never detained the Chinese military attaché, and it is in our interest that the rest of the world knows the truth, and therefore we need your sincere and decent support. And therefore I also want to show my deep gratitude towards Miss Spears and General Liang Tong.
Are you okay? Shall we take a break?
Don't mention any break until we catch the Chinese.
Yes.
Now, I want to please Mr. General Liang Tong for holding his speech.
Stop! You can't come in. Let go of me. Let go of me! I have an emergency. I have an emergency.
Let me handle it. What's going on? Okay, I see now. Go. Everyone, the Japanese paratrooper special forces have arrived at Calcutta now. Their goal is General Liang Tong. This place is dangerous now. The press conference should stop. Transfer General Liang Tong to us now. I need to protect his safety.
General Zhang, do you really think this is a proper way to deal with your people?
If we can't guarantee General Liang Tong's safety, the government of the Republic of China will have an attitude.
The press conference has just started. Please take your seat.
Please, everybody sit down. Everybody sit down. Thank you.
Let's just sit and listen.
I hereby declare solemnly that there's no detainment of any Chinese military attaché. I'll make a simple statement for everyone to know the truth. The true goal of the Japanese is not to kill Colonel William Spears. Or, of course, not to kill Mrs. Spears or me. Their true goal is to gain insight into the United States, Britain, and the Soviet Union, the Yalta Conference, and the Crimean Peninsula. After the Yalta Conference, they've made a battle plan according to the contents of the conference. And this plan is in the suitcase of Colonel William Spears. Colonel William Spears sacrificed his life trying to keep this secret. And then this suitcase was given to Mrs. Spears, which is Miss Melanie, at the risk of being killed. Miss Melanie accidentally ran into the British Embassy of the Republic of China. As a result, we were also drawn into this incident and became the Japanese targets. Right now, this suitcase is back to the headquarters of the British Army. This suitcase has never been opened. David Petrie and his colleagues have made huge efforts on this. That's the whole story.
General Liang, we need the truth.
That's right. We don't need lies.
I have a question for General Liang. If you haven't seen what's in the suitcase, why would you come back to China at the risk of being killed? That doesn't make any sense.
General Liang, we'd like to know. What you just said, was it under the coercion of the British military intelligence? Please answer.
General Liang, everyone is suspecting the reason you came back to China. Please explain.
If General Jiang Tong hasn't seen the box code, how dares he to go back to China? Isn't he afraid to be assassinated by Chinese spies?
Right, General Liang. Please explain.
Yes.
Quiet! Everyone, quiet, please. General Liang, could you please explain to us?
Because my country is summoning me. I've never opened that suitcase, but I've guessed what's in it.
This is just a theory of General Liang Tong, and there's no evidence, and this is also not the issue here today.
We need to know the truth.
We need to hear it from General Liang.
We need to hear it from General Liang.
Although General Liang stated that there was no detaining of any Chinese military attaché, we can never rule out the possibility of him making such a statement under coercion. We hope that General Liang could speak out of his free will.
That's right.
General Liang Tong can say whatever he wants, but the British, the Chinese, and the Americans are allies. And although he speaks out his assumption freely that we're gonna lose anything.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Sit down, please. Please sit down. Thank you very much. To hear his assumption, are you sure he didn't open the suitcase?
Yes, I'm sure.
I believe that anyone who cares about the situation in the world would have a very bold assumption of what will happen next. Europe would be liberated in the next few months by the Soviet Union and allies. That's a fact. There's no secret at all. So, on the Pacific battlefield, Britain and America have gathered lots of planes and navies and have taken control of the air and sea. But if they want to land in Japan, they still need powerful armies. This will cause Britain and America to fall into a cruel war. The Japanese are dying to know, what will they face after the European battlefield comes to an end? Unexpectedly, the Yalta Conference didn't release any news to the outside world. What agreement did Britain, America, and the Soviet Union reach was what the Japanese are truly interested in. And that is what's in that suitcase.
Right logic.
I have a bold assumption. Roosevelt and Churchill have requested Stalin to declare war on Japan after the war in Europe, and the Soviet Union will send troops to the northeast to form a north-south attack on Japan. Japan will lose the war, and all this will happen within a year. China will win the war against Japan.
This assumption about Yalta will be spread around the whole world. The three parties of Yalta will have to respond. Liang Tong has reached his goal. And letting Yan'an receive the news on Yalta is what Liang Tong secretly want the most. The Yalta Accordance affects everyone's fate after the war. And similarly, it affects the fate of the CPC.
Did Liang Tong actually say that?
There were journalists from various countries present. Right now, all that's left is the public response of the three parties in the Yalta Conference.
That's bad. It will destroy the morale of our soldiers, and we'll never fight properly anymore. The Empire of Japan will be destroyed overnight.
The plane for Sung Mei-ling, Chiang Kai-shek's wife, has just taken off from Calcutta, heading to the Xinjiang airport. It will fly over the Himalayas. I'm guessing she's bringing this news back home.
Shoot it down. Shoot it down at whatever cost no one gets out. Slay them. All for me.
General, it's impossible to lock the news. Telegrams are all over the place sending this news. General!
There's not enough time. Go get Liang Tong's head. Go!
Yes! Move!
Liang Tong has made his assumption of the Yalta Conference public, using the media to force America, Britain, and the Soviet Union to respond to verify the credibility of the intelligence. Meanwhile, sending us the intelligence too.
Liang Tong turned the intelligence into news. That's creative.
So there's only one thing for us to do now. Wait. Wait for the three countries in the conference to respond.
Go ahead and do that. I'll be leaving.
Let me accompany you.
No need.
Okay, take care then.
Okay.
Liang Tong's press conference still troubles Zhang Guangxi. Does he have some other agenda? Especially the odd relationship between him and Melanie makes him wonder. That Miss Melanie with amnesia must have another identity. Then Liang Tong. These thoughts worry Zhang Guangxi a lot.
Attention!
Chief Bai.
Chief Bai?
Why didn't you inform us in advance? You're all here. I wasn't able to prepare.
Chief Bai, this is the emergent telegram General Liu sent from Calcutta.
Okay. Come on, take a seat. That was abrupt.
Indeed. The Japanese are going down.
Captain Li Tsung-jen has left Laoheku. He's on his way back to Chongqing. Liu Feiyun is coming back soon. We should really discuss this.
If the news is reliable, it will be a huge blow to Japan.
Yes. The situation of the war will change. Guys, we need to think about how we should utilize this change. To gain advantage after Japan surrenders. Gain advantage. To regain the fame and power we had back in the North Expedition.
The Conference of Yalta was such an important meeting. And you're just guessing about the content. It's just like daydreaming, isn't it? Do you know how much men we lost just because of that? How can a soldier think of things like that? Doesn't he just have to follow orders and fulfill his duty?
Mr. David Petrie. As a soldier, I'm also a Chinese. How many lives we have lost in the war against Japan, and how much price we have paid. I think the world knows that perfectly clear. Right now, Japan is about to lose, but the British and the Americans are secretly hurting our rights. How can I stay silent about it? I can't. If it were you, Will you choose to remain silent?
I really like your thinking, but it's nothing more than a theory. If you only had taken a look in that suitcase. I will keep an eye on you. I never let you out of my sight. I admit, you managed to fool me. But don't get cocky and try this another time. Don't you ever think of that.
Sure. As long as you don't drink too much.
Sir, you better come listen to the radio.
This conference consolidated and maintained the Triple Alliance in wartime. Mediated the war against Germany and Japan. And accelerated the process of victory in this anti-fascist war. Meanwhile, it significantly helped form a stable and peaceful situation after the war. The Yalta Conference released some exciting news.
Scheduled for the end of the European and Pacific battlefield, the news of the war about to end is inspiring to everyone around the world. Have decided the US, Brit, FR, the SU, and China shall be the Council to make crucial regulations at the principle of universal agreement, which set the foundation for the establishment of the United Nations.
May our soil and water, air and fruits become sweet.
May the fields and forests, families and markets are flourishing.
May our hopes and promises, actions and words become real. May our people's lives become harmonious. This is where the poet Tagore hails from.
I wish I could visit Tagore's hometown.
Let's do that someday.
Brother, you're free.
I'm free.
Free? Once the news was spread around the world, the British and the Americans can never pester you again. You are such a strategic spy. You know, you're the only person I know who can infer the big picture from small details. Good for you. Madame Sung has arrived at Chongqing and met the Commandant. Our Commandant was very happy about your action. He said that publicizing the news on Yalta could ruin the Japanese morals and encourage the confidence of our people against the Japanese. Also, it caused pressure on the Triple Alliance of Yalta.
Too bad the media cannot affect real power. We still need to put up a fight with the Japanese and give our best in it. We should get back to the country right away. There's no time to lose.
The plane is ready and will soon take off back to Chongqing.
Good. Sorry, Miss Melanie, I can't go to Tagore's hometown with you anymore.
It's okay. We have already read the poetry of Tagore.
Will you come back to Chongqing with us?
I'm still waiting for Ambassador Hurley's message. You guys go first.
See you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. General Liang. I want you to have this. For a souvenir.
General, here they come.
General, he's responsible for cleaning and cooking at the airport.
Do you live inside?
Yes, I live inside.
Always?
Yes, I just come out when I need to buy something.
I believe you have a key to open the door.
Yes, yes, I have the key.
You know, if I cannot open the door, I will run right now.